Fans say God is bringing Julie Chrisley back after recent interview. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Todd and Julie Chrisley have been sharing their story with fans on social media following their recent presidential pardon. Fans themselves have also been reacting to these stories. In fact, some fans are even sharing stories of divine intervention concerning the couple. Todd and Julie Chrisley shared something they enjoyed in prison during a recent podcast episode. Todd and Julie of Chrisley, knows best fame, were convicted over a variety of charges in 2022, including bank fraud and tax evasion. Originally facing a sentence of 19 years behind bars, the two saw an early release thanks to a presidential pardon. Since then, the two have also been sharing their story with various outlets. This includes their podcast series, Chrisley Confessions 2.0. While promoting the podcast's third episode on Instagram, a recent post came with the caption, "Prison changes you, but it doesn't take away who you are. We still felt like parents and people with love to give. There's so much folks on the outside don't see or think about, and it's not always what you expect." In an accompanying clip, Todd was asked about something he enjoyed while in prison. He shared, "I think after my realization of why I was there, I enjoyed the camaraderie." Some fans even shared their own experiences with the prison system in the comments. Julie shared that she loved being with the younger girls, where I could still feel like I was mothering. The two agreed that these things made them feel like they were still a parent. Taking to the comments, many fans shared that they felt Todd and Julie's imprisonment was for some greater good. On social media, one fan wrote, "Maybe this happened to Todd and Julie so they could be a voice for the broken system. I love that they have come out, and they are talking about camaraderie, friendships, helping, mentoring." A few other fans shared similar sentiments in the comments. Some even highlighted that this was part of God's plan for the couple. Others were empathetic, even sharing their own experiences with the prison system. Some comments included, "Al, right now, God is working on Aunt Julie. I can see the light coming back to her. Does anyone else see a light in her eyes, or is it just me? I do think God uses their experience for the good. He doesn't create tragedies or injustice, but Romans 8:28 is clear. Yes, our tests become our testimonies for God's glory. I spent 6 months in jail, and there's really nothing that can explain how it feels to be a human being kept in a cage until you experience it." Julie Chrisley, the beloved matriarch of the Chrisley family, has become the subject of renewed hope, faith, and emotional support following a powerful new interview that has sparked viral reactions across social media platforms. As she continues to serve her sentence and face health struggles from behind prison walls, fans are holding on to what many are calling signs of divine intervention and spiritual renewal. The moment that ignited this response came during a brief but deeply moving interview where Julie shared reflections on faith healing and the journey she believes God is guiding her through. For her supporters, it was not just a simple update, it was a revelation. Julie's words were filled with gratitude, peace, and strength, drawing admiration from viewers who felt as though they were witnessing the beginning of a miraculous transformation. She spoke calmly about the challenges she has faced and the inner strength she has leaned on to survive the darkest moments of her life. What truly resonated was her unwavering belief that her current season of struggle is part of a much bigger purpose, one that she is learning to trust, even without knowing what comes next. In the days that followed, fans flooded social media with declarations of faith and hope, proclaiming that God is bringing Julie Chrisley back not just physically but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Hashtags began trending expressing belief in her healing journey and admiration for the grace with which she is handling adversity. Her name quickly became associated with phrases like divine timing, redemption story, and walking testimony, as thousands shared their personal reactions to the interview. Julie's appearance during the interview was noticeably different from previous reports that painted a picture of decline and fragility. While she was not physically present due to prison restrictions, her voice was strong, her message clear, and her faith unshaken. She referenced her family often, especially her children and husband Todd Chrisley, who remains incarcerated as well. Her message emphasized forgiveness, endurance, and the kind of strength that cannot be bought or taught, but only earned through hardship. What moved fans most was Julie's ability to inspire from a place of brokenness. She made no attempt to downplay her struggles, nor did she shy away from the emotional scars left behind by public scrutiny, legal battles, and physical health complications. Instead, she embraced her current reality as part of a divine plan, one that she fully believes will end in healing and restoration. Her words reminded many of the importance of keeping faith, even when circumstances seem hopeless. Faith leaders, celebrities, and Christian influencers began weighing in on Julie's interview, praising her for maintaining her spiritual foundation in the face of unthinkable trials. Many called her an example of what it means to endure with dignity and trust in a higher power when nothing else makes sense. Some shared scripture verses in response to her statements, while others pointed out how rare it is to see someone in the public eye remain so rooted in faith during such a public downfall. Savannah Chrisley, Julie's daughter, also reacted to the growing support, noting that her mother's words had lifted the spirits of the entire family. In a recent podcast episode, Savannah shared that the interview was not scripted, rehearsed, or controlled by any outside party, but was simply her mom speaking from the heart. She praised her mother's bravery and acknowledged the emotional impact it had on those closest to her, including herself and her younger siblings who continue to miss their mother's daily presence. Julie's acknowledgement of her limitations and suffering only added to the sincerity of her message. She openly discussed days where she felt like giving up, nights when prayers felt unanswered, and moments where doubt crept into her heart. But every time she returned to the belief that God was still working, even in silence, even in prison, even in pain. That level of honesty made fans feel seen, heard, and encouraged in their own battles, whatever they may be. The emotional wave triggered by the interview has also reignited calls from fans and advocacy groups asking for compassionate reconsideration of Julie's sentence. While her legal case is still in the hands of federal courts, there is a growing sentiment that her health challenges, faith transformation, and role as a mother and wife should warrant some measure of mercy. Activists are urging lawmakers to re-examine how the system handles nonviolent offenders, particularly those with medical concerns and strong family ties. In many ways, the interview felt like a spiritual event, not a media segment. It touched people who have never met Julie Chrisley and may never meet her, but who now feel connected to her through a shared belief in second chances and divine purpose. Online prayer circles formed spontaneously, messages of encouragement poured in, and fan accounts began reposting clips of the interview, with captions that read things like "she's coming back stronger" or "God is not finished with her yet." The timing of the interview also carried significance as it coincided with reports that Julie had recently begun seeing a pulmonary specialist for a serious health condition. Fans saw this not as a coincidence, but as part of the divine plan. Julie spoke about a sign that she is being protected and guided, even through medical uncertainty. Many shared stories of their own healing after prayer, spiritual awakening, or near-death experiences, drawing parallels between their journeys and Julie's unfolding story. Julie Chrisley's life has never been easy, and her fall from grace in the public eye has been deeply painful to witness. But this new chapter is not defined by scandal or prison bars. It is being rewritten through faith, through vulnerability, and through a steadfast refusal to be defeated by circumstances. Her decision to speak out, even from such a vulnerable place, has turned her into a symbol of hope for many who feel lost, unheard, or forgotten. The journey continues, and so does the chorus of prayers rising up in her name from strangers who feel connected not by fame but by faith. They believe she will walk free, they believe healing is already underway, and they believe that when God begins a work in someone's life, not even prison walls can hold back the promise of redemption. Did you see this recent episode of Chrisley Confessions 2.0? Make sure you come back to TV Shows Ace for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.